Fort McHenry Tunnel, the Harbor Tunnel. Just seeing normal jams there. Still some construction reported as that is ongoing. I'm Dan Miller's traffic.
Ken Wyman, Tim Barbalace, Inside Access, Sports Radio 105.7 The Fan.
Very diligent with his approach. Every single game he goes in and out, he doesn't tailor to ballpark. It's strictly tailored to the pitcher and how he wants to attack the pitcher. You know, try to reverse engineer that pitcher's attack plan and where you should look. And kind of like we talked about for all season, just how diligent Taylor is to his prep and how he's dialed in every at bat.
It's Craig Albernaz in the last hour talking about Taylor Ward, and this came up because Taylor Ward, and this is according to Jacob Calvin-Meyer, is going to join us in about 10 minutes. Albernaz was asked about Ward's home road splits and how much the left field wall is coming into play. He's slugging 262 at Camden Yards and 446 on the road. And Albernaz's response, according to Jacob, was, well, yeah, the wall's pretty far back in left field. But it's not like he's good anywhere these days, Cordell. And if I were to tell you that a guy that hit 60 home runs over the last 2 years and drove in 175 runs over the last 2 years in Anaheim is currently sitting at 5 home runs and 23 RBIs. And the OPS continues to go down. It's sitting at 731 currently. Now, the flip side of that is Jeff Passan, in his piece of the top 100 trade targets coming up at the deadline, has Taylor Ward 24th, and he's in the last year of his deal. I think the ship has sailed. I know in April people were like, well, they should extend Taylor Ward. I don't think that's happening. And I do think the Orioles are going to buy, but they could sell a little as well. If there's a team that covets Taylor Ward, especially because to me he's a terrible left fielder, but I'd flip him for something while at the same time looking to buy in other areas.
Look, I think, to be honest with you, when it comes to the should the Orioles buy or sell discussion, I'm right there in the middle. I think that they should probably stay pat for the most part and sell off. I think without a doubt they should move off these these guys in the last year of their deals. Ward, Rogers, I'd move them both, honestly.
Can I be clear about something? All things being equal, I don't think they should buy. I think they're going to buy because of the situation. Like Mike Elias is in a situation where he's fighting for his job. Right. So if he decides that I'm gutting it, the second year in a row after this was supposed to be liftoff, I'm sorry, if the organization cares about winning, he's probably losing his job. So he's got to fight for his job, and he's got to buy.
And even if they do, quote-unquote, sell, how much are you really allowing Mike to sell? I mean, the rentals aside, I'm not letting Mike trade Adley Rutschman. If he's really going to be gone, I'm not saying I'm against trading Adley completely, but I don't know if I'm letting him do it. And this is where you start to think back to the past trade deadlines. Has there been a past trade deadline that we have felt good about Mike's moves?
No.
Whether they were in a position to buy or sell, to be honest with you. I can't remember the last time that we left saying, yep, you know what, I thought it was a success.
You're right, because in the moment when you sell, you don't know what the hell you got. Yeah. So, like I didn't know who Yennier Cano was when they got him in that trade.
And Rogers has turned it. That's made that Rogers, Stowers, and Norby deal that's turned around a lot. And Stowers like isn't having the same type of year that he had last year. He's gotten hot of late. He has.
Yeah. Now Norby got sent down,
and he's not even a part of the equation. And Rogers himself has been up and down this year. So that's one that I'm willing to call just even. But overall, it just feels like the trade deadlines have contributed to their lack of success one way or another, because I don't feel like they leave out of the deadline feeling good about the moves that they made, or maybe the moves that they left on the table. So that's the thing for me. Even if it is a sale, how much of a sale is it really going to be?
Here's the crazy thing. So he's had 2 deadlines where he was a definite buyer. The only move that actually moved the needle for them was Zach Eflin the first time.
Yeah, the first right.
They went and got Fuji. They went and got Jack Flaherty. Neither of those guys should have been on the playoff roster. Flaherty was to save face. Yeah, Flaherty made the playoff roster just a face save because he was terrible. Then the next year it was quantity. They wouldn't get like Austin Slater, Eloy Jimenez, Gregory Soto. Who's the guy that's now he's the closer with the white? He sent Dominguez.
Sir Anthony.
Dominguez. Like they went and got a bunch of guys, but nobody that really moved the needle.
Right.
So they have failed at the deadline, especially as buyers. Mm-hmm. And so here's your final opportunity. And while the argument could be made that they shouldn't be buying, I think they will be buying. And can he change his spots and make some real money moves at the deadline?
And the unfortunate thing is, even if they did want to go in, and I agree, I think Mike has to try to buy. And really, the standings are doing him a favor because this team isn't good enough to really be talking about playoffs right now. But the way that the league is set up, it's kind of giving Mike in this front office that extra lifeline to compete right now. But the problem is, what's Taylor Ward's value right now? If he was going into the All-Star break with 12 home runs or something like that, looking more like the Taylor Ward that they thought that they were getting,
man.
I mean, maybe you could flip him for a couple of pieces that could help you right now. But between him, the two rentals, I mean, Rodgers could probably get you something solid.
Yes.
Ward, I just don't know what the return is going to look like right now. So that's, to me, like when you start talking about, all right, them buying, what can they realistically give up that they can get something back?
It's going to be fascinating. We'll continue talking Orioles next. Jacob Calvin-Meyer, he's at Camden Yards getting ready for Orioles and Cubs. He joins us next here on The Fan.
Big Bad Morning Show. Vinny and Haynie. Inside Access. Live on YouTube weekdays 6 till 6. Search Baltimore 105.7 The Fan. Subscribe for daily shorts right to your phone and never miss what you missed. 105.7 The Fan.
The Red Cross has an urgent need for blood donors. Make an appointment at redcrossblood.org and help save lives. There are 2,520 hours between Memorial Day and Labor Day. Use one of them to donate blood and help save lives. Be a hero to a patient in need. Make an appointment to donate at redcrossblood.org or by calling 1-800-RED-CROSS. Traffic is brought to you by the Holloman Firm, the law firm where you matter.
I'm Justin Holloman. After a serious accident, one of the first things you do is to call a friend, then you choose a lawyer. Why not choose a lawyer who'll be a tireless advocate for you and a friend? Get the legal justice you deserve at my firm, the Holloman Firm.
Big savings are here during the Salute to Savings event at Bob Bell Nissan. Choose from 4 great models under $30,000. Available and ready to drive home today. Credit issues? We say yes. Shop now at BobBellNissan.com or call 410-288-2500.
Honey, did you invite the minions over?
Hello. Well, you know how we talked about getting Wi-Fi from Xfinity?
Yeah.
I ordered it this morning, was online in minutes, then they showed up.
So they just came over to use the Wi-Fi?
They even brought their own devices and spell book.
You didn't give them the new Wi-Fi password, right?
No.
That's good.
I gave them our old one because Xfinity lets us keep the same network name and password so devices connect instantly.
What do they want Wi-Fi for anyways?
Better not to know. Plausible deniability.
Get streaming or scheming instantly with same-day Wi-Fi from Xfinity. Plus, lock in one price for the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi for 5 years. Guaranteed. And see Minions and Monsters only in theaters. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
Hey, Birdland! On Saturday, July 11th, celebrate America's 250th birthday as the O's take on the Kansas City Royals at 7:05 p.m. 20,000 fans will receive a hot dog race cap presented by Drive Easy Maryland. Whether you're Team Mustard, Team Relish, or Team Ketchup, rep yours all game long. Then stick around for our first ever post-game drone show presented by Coca-Cola. Don't miss your chance to celebrate the red, white, and blue in Birdland. Get tickets at Orioles.com/celebrating250.
In the military, the mission was clear. You knew what to do. Now, the mission has changed. Stepping into civilian life isn't about finding a job. It's finding your purpose.
I wanted a career that would leverage the skills and discipline I gained in the military. IT just felt right.
My Computer Career offers class schedules that fit into your life and skills in high demand. Put your VA benefits to work. Visit mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to jumpstart your IT career today. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/music. That's ethos.com/music. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
And Doug.
Hot dog! Get your hot dog!
Customize! Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct. To the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty. From the 105.7 The Fan Traffic Center, sponsored by your Baltimore area Jiffy Lube locations.
Well, continuing to build on the highways this afternoon. It's still pretty light for the most part. Seeing some light volume on the west side from Daytonville getting up through 70 interchange. If you're headed for one of the tunnels, they're a bit heavier for the Fort McHenry tunnel right now. Things are backing up just inside the Beltway all the way up through the tunnel. And then looking at the Harbor Tunnel, jammed up a little worse traffic-wise, but it's a shorter delay. It's only about a 2-mile delay to get through the Harbor Tunnel. With your traffic, I'm Dan Miller.
From the OutSky.com sports desk, here's Nolan McGraw.
Men's national team finally met their match last night in a 4-1 loss to Belgium, bringing an end to their World Cup run in the round of 16. Belgium dominated from start to finish with 7 shots on goal compared to just 2 from the U.S. Charles de Ketelaere scored twice and assisted on another in the winning effort as Belgium now advances to face Spain in the quarterfinals this Friday. And the Orioles will host the Cubs and Royals this week as they try to ride into the All-Star break on a high note. Shane Baz will pitch in tonight's opener, while Chicago will send out left-hander Matthew Boyd, who holds a 5.08 ERA through 7 starts so far this season. Baltimore's struggles against lefty pitchers has continued into 2026. Their team-wide slugging percentage is just .360 compared to .409 against righties. First pitch from Camden Yards is scheduled for 6:35. This Fan Flash is sponsored by the Dr. Lairfield Smile Design Center. Call 410-321-1100 to schedule your appointment today. From the Bob Bell Ford of Bel Air Weather Center, mostly cloudy with temps reaching the mid-80s. I'm Nolan McGraw, Ravens, Terps, and your home for the most Orioles coverage. 105.7 The Fan.
Ken Wyman, Tim Barbalace, Inside Access. Sports Radio 105.7 The Fan.
Tim's off. He'll be back tomorrow. Cordell Woodland sitting in. Orioles and the Cubs start a 3-game series tonight. 6:30 first pitch, 5:30 Baltimore Baseball Night live from Pickles, Ryan Ripken and Bob Haynie. And let's head out to Camden Yards now. Jacob Calvin-Meyer covers the O's for the Baltimore Sun. He joins us now. And Jacob, thank you as always for your time. We appreciate it. What do you make of this lineup with 4 lefties in it against a left-handed pitcher?
Yeah, I don't know. At this point, it's I don't know. I mean, we asked the manager. He didn't give us any answers as to why, other than the fact that he acknowledged that they haven't been performing well against lefties, and they figured they'd try something different. I think we've reached a point where, in my view, they just playing Jackson Holliday every day at second base probably makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because we've gotten past the Hamay thing. It's been kind of an up and down season for him, mostly down, but there's been some moments, and this is somebody that we saw get better against lefties last season. Jeremiah Jackson isn't your typical right-handed hitter where he hits lefties really well, so that's not really a platoon that makes a ton of sense. I think we all can also see that, Samuel Basayo, that he deserves to be in there against lefties. Sometimes he isn't because they're just giving him a day off so that they can keep him healthy because of the workload behind the plate. And then Dylan Beavers, because they have such a center field issue against left-handed pitchers, they have Dylan Beavers out there because they trust him more to put up quality at-bats against the lefty. But if they're having trouble hitting lefties when they stack the lineup with 8 right-handed hitters, I imagine it might be even more difficult when they have 4 lefties in there tonight.
Well, Jacob, a lot of people have been asking for Gunnar Henderson to drop down in the order. And today, I mean, I guess that's what's happening. He's hitting third in the lineup. It's the first time all year he's hit anywhere lower than second in the lineup. Do you feel like this is maybe a sign of things to come?
I don't know. I mean, Gunnar's actually played pretty well over the past week since they bumped him up to the leadoff spot. I think there's a chance that this could be just as much about Taylor Ward as it is about Gunnar Henderson. Ward has really struggled to hit for any sort of power at home, but he's walked a ton at home. He has about a 360 or 380 on base percentage at home, and on the road he's slugging a little bit more. And so maybe they're looking at this and saying, okay, against a lefty in particular, it makes more sense to have Ward leading off and Gunnar hitting third. But tomorrow or whenever they face a righty next, I would probably anticipate Gunnar hitting leadoff again. And so this might be a situation which is, I believe, what they did early in the season, which is where they had Ward lead off against lefties and Gunnar lead off against righties. And I think that that's a fine solution. Frankly, guys, and I know you both probably agree with me, it doesn't matter where you hit these guys. The line of construction really doesn't matter all that much. They need to start playing better. Gunnar needs to start getting on base more, and Ward needs to start hitting for more power. And that you can go up and down the lineup. But where you slot him, I don't really see how much effect that really has.
Talking with Jacob Kalbenmeyer, it's Inside Access here on The Fan. Jacob, I think we've discussed this before. I think the Orioles, unless they bottom out, are going to be buyers because I think the GM will be fighting for his job and he needs to make some moves. But there's a world where I think they could sell a little too. And in your mind, is there a world, even if they aren't full sellers, where Taylor Ward's not here come August 3rd?
Yeah, listen, I think that there's a scenario for anything, right? Remember, the 24 deadline, they mostly bought. They bought a bunch of guys that were under team control past 2024. And I know because that season didn't end well, a lot of people think that was a bad trade deadline. But I think if you actually go back and look at it, it was largely relatively effective. But during that deadline, they gave up Austin Hayes to get a relief pitcher that they had for under team control in Dominguez. And so is it possible that they are buyers, but that they do trade away somebody like Taylor Ward, who is a free agent at the end of the season, because another team who is in the thick of World Series contention, and they might need a right-handed hitting outfielder, and that team would value Taylor Ward more than the Orioles. I do think that's possible. However, I find it really difficult to imagine them spreading the needle that tight where they end up doing a combination of buying and selling. And with Taylor Ward in particular and Trevor Rogers, Ryan Helsley also falls into this group, although now he's injured, and I think a lot of us think he might be out for the season. But let's imagine if he's not and he's healthy. All of these guys are players that you could credibly say should be in Baltimore again next season because of the qualifying offer that could be offered to them, and because of the uncertainty in the offseason, you could make an argument that either of those players could accept the qualifying offer. And if they don't, then they go to free agency, and then the Orioles receive a pretty valuable draft pick in return that would probably be worth more than whatever they get at this trade deadline. So there's that wrinkle thrown into all of this as well.
Jacob, Shane Baz, he was a guy coming into this season that, you listen to a lot of the audio from spring training and the offseason, especially after they acquired him and extended him. You heard a lot of, overwhelming optimistic views about Shane Baz and what his upside could be, and it went as high as Cy Young caliber pitcher. It's been up and down for him this year. He's obviously been he's turned it around. I think he's been pretty solid along with the rest of the rotation for the most part here recently. But how do you make of his year in its totality, and has he kind of been what you were hoping to get out of him this season?
Yeah, I think some of those comments almost did Shane Baz a little bit of a disservice in the sense of this is clearly a good pitcher, right? We all have eyes. We watch him pitch. He's a good pitcher, and he has pitched well this season. And because he has I think he has all the puzzle pieces to one day being a legitimate frontline starter, maybe somebody who would get Cy Young votes. I think everybody would agree he has those pieces to the puzzle, but he's far from putting those together. They have him for 5 seasons. I'm not ruling it out that at some point here he ends up putting all those puzzle pieces together and ends up being a frontline guy. But right now, what he is sort of what Dean Kramer has been for this team in the past few years, which is a super reliable. He's going to go 5+ innings every single time. His bad outings are going to be 5 innings, 5 runs, and his good outings are going to be 7 innings, 2 runs, whatever it is. And that's what he is right now, which is sort of a solid number 3 starter, which is quite valuable. And if you had to list the 2026 Orioles problems, Shane Baz would not show up on that list. But he pitched really well over the past 6 weeks, and I'm curious to see if he can continue pitching like he has for the past 6 weeks for the rest of the season. You're going to look up at the end of the season, and his ERA is going to be a 3.6 or whatever, and I think everybody would take that. It's just I think it might take some more time for them to put the pieces together to make him the frontline starter that they believe that he's capable of being.
Jacob, you mentioned Helsley, and I guess he's going for that dreaded second opinion, which means that he didn't like the first one, and that usually, and as you said, probably will end badly as far as the season's concerned. Tyler Wells got 2 saves over the weekend in Cincinnati. Do you see him getting the opportunities, or is this going to be more of a committee in your mind?
I don't know. I think it's probably going to be more of a committee, but if there is somebody capable of just taking the reins of it and just being the closer, I think Tyler Wells makes a lot of sense for all the reasons that everybody knows. He has the experience in doing it. He is platoon neutral, generally speaking, or at the very least, he's effective at getting left-handed hitters out, and he's okay against righties. And so he makes a lot of sense for that job. But if they get to a point where they're buying at the deadline, I think most people would recognize that the bullpen is one of the bigger things that they would need to address. And so if they are buying, you would assume that they're going to get a back-end reliever that would be able to fill that job. One of the bigger issues on this team, frankly, is that they don't have a traditional left-on-left reliever.
Yes.
Grant Wolfram has been good this season, but they haven't used him in a ton of high leverage late inning spots. And then, they just called up a second lefty in Nick Ratte, and he hasn't been too effective in the major leagues this year either. And so, I really don't know what they're going to do. And with Helsley, we have no idea what part of his elbow this is, but anybody hears elbow and they assume it's Tommy John. And if that's the case, then that would be a big blow.
Jacob, you kind of just hit on exactly what I was going to bring up. The lack of left-handed pitching out of the bullpen has been a problem all year. I thought that would be something that they would be a little more aggressive targeting in the offseason coming into this year, especially like Danny Colon was one of the easy names that was just hanging out there for a while. At least there's familiarity there. But are you surprised that it's kind of gone this long without them being able to add more sustainable left-handed pitching to that pen?
What's funny is that I don't actually think it's come back to bite them all that often because, again, they have so many bigger problems. It's not having a great left-handed reliever is sort of would be like a rich person problem, or like that would be a massive issue if it was the New York Yankees or the Dodgers or whatever. But like when you're 7 games below and it's early July, it's like, okay, whatever type of thing. But they do have a significant number of righties who are able to get lefties out. Cano has transformed himself to be really good against lefties, and Pitcher is no longer that bad against lefties, and Wells is really good against lefties. But I think it's more of a thing where, again, when you talk about buying at the deadline, it's a situation where they put themselves in such a tough position where they can't really go out and get rentals because that would just be, frankly, pretty irresponsible considering their playoff odds right now are 20%. So you have to go out and look for like a left-handed reliever who's under team control, which is going to cost you more and is going to be harder to acquire. Just one name that I think of that I look at this team and I look at this bullpen, and I think Cade Povich makes a ton of sense to be in this bullpen in some sort of role. The issue is the rotation looks really good right now, but they're one injury away from if they do put Povich in the pen, then you're one injury away from Trey Gibson coming back up and starting games, and that didn't go too well the last time that it happened. So that's kind of the issue there with Povich. They kind of need him to stay in AAA as rotation depth.
Jacob, before we let you go, is this team ever going to win 4 in a row? Why is that the unreachable star?
I mean, they've gone more than half of the season without doing it, so I guess if you had to put your money on something, it would be that they won't. I don't know. I don't think it means anything other than it's not like they're in a clubhouse before the 4th game and going, man, look at this tall mountain we have to climb. What it is, frankly, is that to win 4 games in a row, that means you have to play well 4 days in a row, and that means you have to play consistent and play clean defense and do the right things and not shoot yourself in the foot. And this team has been unable to do it. Listen, guys, I still think that this team's going to play better the rest of the way than it has so far this season. But I think that there's a very high likelihood that they end the season with somewhere between 78 and 82 wins, and they're a few games out of the playoffs. And I think we can look back and we're going to count 8 to 10 games that they just gave away.
Yeah.
And that's we're reaching that part of the season where, we love to ask, are the Orioles back? That's kind of the running joke. If they, from this point to the rest of the season, if they are quote unquote back and they play well, they can still miss the playoffs because of how big of a hole they've dug for themselves.
Jacob Calvin-Meyer covers the O's for the Baltimore Sun. Jacob, always great, man. Thank you so much for your time. Oh, why was Albie making fun of your face in the pregame?
What?
I don't know if he was making fun of my face per se, but more so my complexion, I guess. Yeah, we were talking about coffee, I guess. I don't know. He doesn't like answering questions about lineups or really anything else these days. So we moved on to coffee, and it somehow turned to the fact that I don't drink coffee.
Well, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I don't drink. Oh, we're simpatico there. I've had 1 cup of coffee my whole life.
Not a single sip.
Yeah.
I think after watching this team, we need to drink something else.
Yes, absolutely. Jacob, thanks, man. Appreciate you.
Thanks, guys.
Coming up next, Orioles and Cubs 1-3 tonight. We'll preview the series next here on The Fan.
Next time on the Big Bad Morning Show.
With Team USA out, are we experiencing World Cup hangover? Also, we'll talk some baseball with Oriole Hall of Famer Mike Bordick.
Tomorrow on Sports Radio 105.7 The Fan. This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Presented by AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Last night was supposed to be the night that the U.S. men's national team broke through, but instead, the round of 16 match looked all too familiar and ended in a 4-1 defeat to Belgium in Seattle. Defensive mistakes early on doomed Team USA, and once again, they just didn't look in the same class with the elite teams in the soccer world. I'm Adam Abdallah.
105.7 The Fan studios are driven by Anderson Automotive, Buick, GMC, and Honda. It's miles for miles at AndersonAutomotive.com.
Yo, it's Jay Uso from WWE, and I'm Jimmy Uso. Chumba Casino and WWE are hyped for the biggest event of the summer, SummerSlam. I know, I can't wait. There's nothing better to do while we're waiting than playing Chumba Casino. Sign up today and you could win a VIP experience with Chumba Casino and WWE for SummerSlam. So what are you waiting for? Play Chumba Casino and enter for your chance to win. Let's Chumba. Yeah.
Sponsored by VGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21 and present in a state where it's legal to play.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Attorney Aaron Snyder here. Injured in an accident? Call Cohen, Snyder, and Eisenberg, 1-800-INJURED. Hi, this is Attorney Aaron Snyder. If you've been injured in an accident, Cohen, Snyder, and Eisenberg is here to help. With over 40 years of experience, we fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call 1-800-INJURED for a free consultation or visit COSECLaw.com, the people's choice.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this rush hour ad to keep you calm, which could help your driving. And science says therapy is great for a healthy mindset. So enjoy this 14-second session on us. I think you've done everything right and absolutely nothing wrong. In fact, anything that hasn't gone your way could probably be blamed on your father not being emotionally available because his father wasn't emotionally available, and so on. And now that you're calm and healing, you're probably driving better too.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
It's Rob along with Vinny Steele, your home sold guaranteed realty. I love the story about one of your customers using your Fix It to Sell program.
We just helped the Martinez family who needed to sell their mother's home to get the most money possible to care for her. We managed the money, contractors, and timelines for a stress-free experience. We were able to get them the highest price of any home ever sold in that community.
Anyone wanting to get the most money possible, call or text my friend Vinny Steele at 410-793-1801. That's 410-793-1801.
For adults with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms, every choice matters. Tremfya offers self-injection or intravenous infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit TremfyaRadio.com.
This summer, the Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich and Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite are back at Chick-fil-A.
Let me tell you about the Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite. It's bright, it's bubbly, it's back.
The Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich, it's so rich, and you can choose between the original or the spicy filet.
Ooh, boy.
And then you got those pickled jalapenos tucked right under the filet, and then just to top it all off, you've got a little honey drizzle right on top.
Okay, now I'm a pimento fan.
And I'm feeling the dragon fruit.
Which fan favorite will you choose? Real customers paid for their testimonials.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's finally here, and we're kicking it off with a whole lot of free. Free brake pads with Duralast rotors. Free oil filter with 5 quarts of oil. Free Armor All wipes with Armor All glass cleaner, and more. More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone. Now through July 27th. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Yo, it's Jay Uso from WWE, and I'm Jimmy Uso. Chumba Casino and WWE are hyped for the biggest event of the summer, SummerSlam. I know, I can't wait. There's nothing better to do while we're waiting than playing Chumba Casino. Sign up today, and you could win a VIP experience with Chumba Casino and WWE for SummerSlam. So what are you waiting for? Play Chumba Casino and enter for your chance to win. Let's Chumba. Yeah.
Sponsored by VGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21 and present in a state where it's legal to play.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
From the 105.7 The Fan Traffic Center, sponsored by your Baltimore area Jiffy Lube locations.
You're looking pretty good as you head out this afternoon. A little bit of volume for Towson. Looks like the old summer volume. Things are pretty light. Even on the west side, we're just seeing sluggish traffic. Nothing really too bad. And if you're headed for one of the tunnels, still backed up as you make your way through the Fort McHenry Tunnel. But it's nothing worth avoiding or waiting or delaying your trip. With your traffic, I'm Dan Miller.
Ken Wyman, Tim Barbalace, Inside Access, Sports Radio 105.7 The Fan.
Yeah, that's what we're coaching staff. We're just trying to, obviously problem solve, hitting left-handed pitching, and collectively, this is the lineup that we felt like give us a shot.
Craig Albernaz, and if I can translate that, Cordell, he's basically saying everything else we've tried doesn't work. And you saw Nick Lodolo on Sunday, they had all right-handed lineup. I didn't exactly mash. So 4 lefties in the lineup tonight against the Cubs against left-hander Matthew Lloyd.
Matthew Boyd.
Boyd. My eyesight's awful.
Yeah, I mean, I said it earlier. I think they're kind of just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. I mean, it's kind of what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it can't be any worse than they've been against lefties. And like you said, against Lodolo, I mean, you just knew anytime a lefty's on the mound,
it's kryptonite.
It's going to be a struggle for the Orioles. They may surprise you. Maybe Pete or somebody gets off to hits one loud one early and they get an early lead. I think that's the big thing, especially against Boyd, because Boyd can be really good, man. And if he's going to be out there deep into games, which tends to be the case when they play against lefties, probably won't work out for them. But in his last start, he only went 5 innings, gave up 8 hits, 3 earned runs, did have 2 home runs as well against the Padres. He ended up getting the win in that decision there. But it's been a while since you got to go back to May 3rd, and Boyd has dealt with some injuries. He just got back late last month in June, so he missed a large part of May. But his last start in May, where he did go 6 innings against the Diamondbacks, he looked pretty good in that one. So his problem is staying healthy, but when he's out there, he's typically pretty good.
The Cubs have been an interesting team in that they've been streaky. They started hot, then they got really cold, then they got hot again. Obviously, Pete Crow Armstrong is really good.
Fuego right now.
And Dansby Swanson, who has, if you look at his numbers for the year, like the batting average in there, but he has been on a ridiculous tear. I think he had 5 homers in 2 games against the Padres.
Crazy thing about this Cubs team, as good as they are, especially offensively, they have a little bit of the same bugaboo that the Orioles have. They struggle to hit with runners in scoring position as well. So that's kind of the thing. Situational at bats. That's kind of what wins and loses you games in this league, and the Cubs have kind of struggled in that department as well. And we talked about Boz. He can be hot. He usually has that one inning though, to where something goes wrong, whether it's an error behind him or something happens, and then he's just struggling to kind of lock back in. That's something from Boz, just long term. I'd like to see him kind of get better at being able to put aside that error or that bad call by the umpire or whatever it is. It just seems like it affects him.
He's
for the
in
rest
the middle
of
of a lot of that stuff.
Yeah,
like the
Toronto,
game, the baseline game, which to me I still think is a ridiculous call. But Shane Boz ended up having to wear that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's a part of being a pitcher in Major League Baseball. You kind of got to roll with the punches, especially if you're going to be an Orioles pitcher in 2026. You better prepare for there to be mistakes made behind you.
Orioles and Cubs, 1 to 3 tonight, 6:30, 5:30 Baltimore baseball tonight. Ryan Ripken, Bob Haynie live from Pickles. We'll come back, get some Ravens in. With training camp 3 weeks away, Cordell obviously covers the Ravens for us here at 105.7 The Fan. Who was he excited to see out on the field as practices get started in just 3 weeks? We'll discuss. Plus, if they could bring in one outside dude, are you going wide receiver or edge? We'll discuss next here on The Fan.
Wherever the Orioles season takes you.
Say goodbye to this ball.
Download the free Odyssey app and hear reactions to all the biggest moments. Download it today and search 105.7 The Fan.
Chris Mack here to help you be close with Westwood One Sports. All-star snub Zach Wheeler goes tonight for the Phils in Cincy, and although he got roughed up in his last start, he still dropped 10 Ks in just 4 2/3. And over his last 6 starts, Wheeler struck out 44 in 36 1/3. Tonight he gets the team that strikes out at a greater rate than any other in baseball, the Reds. So let's take Wheeler over his K prop tonight. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Vinny Serrato here. Holy crab cakes, famous Box Hill crab cakes, supersized salads, Greek specialties, and more can now be delivered right to your door with DoorDash. BoxHillPizzaRestaurant.com.
We've all been there. You pop into the shop for 5 minutes and all of a sudden you've forgotten where you parked. Car. Unfortunately, that lost feeling is what it's like trying to manage your policy with other insurers.
Here, car. Come out, wherever you are. Please.
With Geico, you can use the app to easily manage all your policies in one place.
Did this parking lot have a waterfall?
I think you've wandered too far, mate.
It feels good to find what you're looking for. It feels good to Geico.
Meet Sophia, a huge soccer fan. With her Real Unlimited from Total Wireless, she's streaming 3 games, video calling her cousin in Mexico,
and running the quiniela all on my new Samsung Galaxy.
She's practically running the whole tournament from her phone.
Good thing I have Total Wireless.
Switch to Total Wireless Total Max 5G or All Access plans to get on a network that won't put you second. Plus, a Samsung Galaxy on us. Total Wireless, your own Real Unlimited. Offer ends 7/8/2026 or while supplies last. Device taxes and fees may apply.
Honey, did you invite the minions over?
Well, you know how we talked about getting Wi-Fi from Xfinity?
Yeah.
I ordered it this morning. It was online in minutes. Then they showed up.
So they just came over to use the Wi-Fi? For what?
Better not to know.
Get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi from Xfinity. Plus, lock in your price for 5 years and see Minions and Monsters only in theaters. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
New Game Plus with Oxy makes your laundry smell incredible and fights stubborn smells, like the ones your dog Biscuit brought into your freshly made bed last night. But you wash that all away with Game, and now you're drifting asleep to the scent and sound of waves. Nope, that's the dog licking your ear.
Biscuit.
It just might be our greatest scent ever, now with odor-fighting power. New Game Plus with Oxy.
We're at a 2-2 stalemate into stoppage time. Next goal surely wins it. He sets up for the corner kick. Curls it in. He's up for the header. And score! Brilliant goal!
Soccer's biggest games are here. Get ready by heading over to Giant for all your matchday essentials. And let Upside set up the assist with a $10 cashback bonus on your first grocery purchase. Whether it's food for your watch party, dining out during match days, or the gas you need to get where you're going in time to catch kickoff, Upside has you covered to earn cash back on your everyday purchases.
Right now, get a $10 cash back bonus on your first grocery purchase at Giant. Download the free Upside app and use promo code CHARM06. That's promo code CHARM06 for a $10 bonus. Remember, use promo code CHARM06.
Offers vary by user and location at participating merchants. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it. Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Oak Cliff Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Get in on all the action at Horseshoe Casino this summer. Play more, win big all summer long. Caesars Reward members earn bonus tier credits on designated promotional days at the kiosk check-in. Horseshoe Casino, Baltimore's best bet. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
For great food, great
great drinks and a great time, Cross Street Market is Baltimore's spot in Federal Hill, with stalls like Pizza de Joey, Theo's Rolls and Bowls, Dashi Ramen, and the Red Hot Jollof Bowl, along with the Watershed Restaurant. It's the perfect place to meet for a bite or a drink. Just say the words, "I'll see you at the market."
This is WJZ-FM, Catonsville, Baltimore's sports talk at 105.7 The Fan, and always live on the free Odyssey app. From the OutchGuy.com sports desk, here's Nolan McGraw.
The Orioles will welcome a red-hot Cubs team to Camden Yards tonight for the start of a 3-game set. Chicago is coming off a series loss to the Cardinals, but they've still won 11 of their last 15. Baltimore, on the other hand, is guaranteed to have a losing record at the All-Star break for the second season in a row. They're 7-8 in their last 15. For the best pregame coverage, be sure to tune into The Fan at 5:30 this evening when we broadcast Baltimore Baseball Tonight live from Pickles Pub. First pitch a little after 6:30. And in some NFL news, former Lions cornerback Terrion Arnold has cleared waivers and is now eligible for free agency following his release from Detroit. The Lions moved on after Arnold was arrested on felony charges of armed robbery and kidnapping. A judge has ordered that he remain at home in Florida except when he would be playing, training, and traveling with an NFL team. Who would be willing to bring him in? According to Arnold's attorney, 3 teams have already reached out, and he expects his client to land a new deal within the month. From the Bob Bell Ford of Bel Air Weather Center, mostly cloudy with temps reaching the mid-80s. I'm Nolan McGraw, Ravens, Terps, and your home for the most Orioles coverage, 105.7 The Fan.
Ken Wyman, Tim Barbalace, Inside Access, Sports Radio 105.7 The Fan.
This in Clueless? I think this song was in the movie Clueless, Brian.
Either that or Empire Records.
Yeah,
I know, sadly, as a kid, I watched Clueless way more than I'm willing to admit. I don't recall this song being
Tender.
Clueless,
I think it was like near the end.
Okay.
After she decides to
when she decides, I'm about to say when she decides to be with Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Her brother.
Yes.
Which is her stepbrother, technically.
And they got divorced, so yes.
Which is insane. How much older was he? Because you don't know how old Paul Rudd really is.
He doesn't age.
He might have been like 12 years older.
Yeah. Could have been 30 then. Anyway, we're off track. But training camp, 3 weeks away. And we had a discussion yesterday when you came on as a guest about like guys you were looking forward to seeing. I wanted to dig deeper on that a little bit because this is the time of year like you don't get to see a whole lot. Mm-hmm. They didn't let it. If memory serves, we didn't get to watch all the rookie minicamp. We got that one day, and they cut it off. And so training camp, we get to watch the whole thing every day until they go into regular season mode. So who are you excited to see as you get to watch full practices?
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about some of the rookies, Adam Randall is a guy I'm excited to see. Zion Young. I want to see how these rookie receivers fit in with the complete cast because we didn't, at least for minicamp, we didn't get to see Zay Flowers or Rashad Bateman participate in practice. So you got Tez Walker as your best receiver. It's probably not the best thing for you. So I do want to see what these rookies look like in unison with the rest of the guys. In terms of some of the vets, Roquan, I thought Roquan looked like he was in really good shape through to this point in camp, so I want to see him again.
Well, let me ask you a question about him. Do you think the ship has sailed on him being an elite inside linebacker, or can he get that back?
I don't think it's sailed. I do think Roquan can get it back. I think that this scheme can be like a breath of fresh air for him. I always say football is one of those sports, man, where it's really a chain. And almost no matter where you play, you need other pieces to fall in place for you to do your job successfully. And in the case of Roquan Smith, when you talk about a Mike linebacker, how many good linebackers are there without a good defensive line?
Yeah.
And the Ravens struggled in the trenches on both sides of the ball, quite frankly, last year. And that was their focus this offseason on both sides. To their credit, they went and attacked their weaknesses. I think that I like the investments they made in the D-line this year, assuming Calais is there, assuming Matabike can come back. Those are the two question marks. But even if you talk about the knowns, add in a Trey Hendrickson, Travis Jones, I think he's only getting better. The the kind of tandem of John Jenkins and Okoye, like that intrigues me. Those are two at least flexible, big body guys that you can move in and out. Zion Young, I brought him up earlier. And Tavius, I like Tavius.
Yeah.
Tavius is one of the short things that you can rely on game day. And he may not be spectacular.
For older Ravens fans, he reminds me a little of Jarrett Johnson. Like, he's not going to be flashy, but he makes plays. He plays smart.
You can trust him. You can trust him. And that's something that you can hang your hat on. So I think the additions that they've made in unison with the guys that I'm expecting to continue to develop on the defensive line, I think Roquan's going to be really good. Now, you brought up Teddy Buchanan earlier. Roquan's going to need somebody really good next to him, too. And Buchanan, before he got hurt, looked the part.
Yes.
Simpson has been a revolving door with him. He gets the job. He can't keep it. But Buchanan, it was something about him. He seemed more instinctual. He's more of a short tackler. He just was an overall better player. And I think you got to see, before he got hurt, Roquan's play start to at least get a little closer to what you'd like to see with him. But I do think Roquan, to be honest with you, I will agree that Roquan hasn't been Roquan maybe the last couple of years.
Like he lost a half step.
But I don't think he's been as bad as people have claimed him to be. It's just you're paying him a lot of money, and I get that. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
But I don't think Roquan's done. I think that this could definitely be a bounce back year for him.
The rookie wide receivers and tight ends are interesting pieces to me because there's a world for me where one of these guys ends up getting, like, turns an ankle early and gets redshirted because that happens in the league a lot. And then there's another world where a couple of these four guys end up making an impact this season.
It's a lot of unknowns.
Yeah.
And to me, when you're talking to, and look, it's a Lamar Jackson led offense. And history has shown us that if Lamar is healthy, this is going to be a good offense. Now, that's for the regular season. Now, history also tells us that in the playoffs, Lamar Jackson-led offenses aren't that great. No. And I think a big part of it is because they need too much out of Lamar. You watch all these other quarterbacks, Josh Allen and Burrow, when he's made those deep runs, and Patrick Mahomes, the guys around them are making plays for their quarterback. Lamar hasn't, it just hasn't happened for him. And that, to me, is a big part of my issue. Do they have enough to get through the regular season? Sure. But come January and the coverage gets tighter, that pressure's getting there quicker, you're playing better defenses, you're going to need more short things. And a lot of people keep telling me, you're looking at it like the way as if Harbaugh is still coaching his team. Dude, I hate to break it to you, but the offensive coordinator hasn't called a single play.
Nope.
So there's a lot of new there. There's a lot of unknown there. Yes, it's a different coaching staff, and we expect it to be better. But I thought Monken's offense was pretty good up until last year, where the O-line crapped the bed.
And the offensive under Monken was great until last year.
Yeah. So I'm not people. I get everybody's optimistic, and that's fine. But I would like them to add another short thing to their pass catching group to make me feel a little more comfortable when playoff time comes around.
So that answers the other question. Wide receiver or edge, if they bring in somebody from the outside, you want a wide receiver.
Yeah, I would go wide receiver. I'm not saying that I would be upset if they added a veteran pass rusher because, like you said, you can never have too many. Injuries happen. Guys don't develop the way that you thought. Guys don't have the type of year that you were hoping for. You have to plan for that. And I like defenses. When you look at some of these elite defenses that have won Super Bowls over the last couple of years, they have pass rush units. They have multiple groups that they're sending out there, keeping their guys fresh, and all of them are making an impact on the game, even if it just means rushing the passer. So, yeah, I would be fine with that. But for me, I think the defense is going to be the strength of this team this year. That's where I'm at today. And I think it's time to kind of help out your quarterback and get him another guy, even if it's just Keenan Allen, who's a chain mover on third down.
I'm good with him.
I'm perfectly fine with. Look, check Keenan Allen's number. Has he ever had a 19 catch season?
No.
Never.
No.
Deebo Samuel, no. Stephon, like these guys, you got guys out there that walk in no less than your second best pass catcher on your team. I would think that they would at least indulge in that to strengthen their offense a little bit.
One last thing, and I just didn't think about this until you were talking there. Just you put on your reporter hat for a minute. Do you think we hear from Nnamdi Like, to me, my gut is like he's going to talk the day before camp opens when some of those vet talks. Is that what you're feeling?
That's
too?
what I'm kind of hoping for. If it's such a weird situation because I'm more patient than others. But and this goes beyond him, I guess. But Harbs told us that we were going to hear from Nnamdi Madubuike. We're now on a different coaching staff now. So it's like we're going into a whole nother year. So I think for the fans and everybody, people would like to know what's going on. And he's put stuff out there to feed the optimism. I just saw on Patrick Queen's story the other day, he was with Nnamdi. They went fishing for 4th of July. So they were on the boat
Queen's
together.
a big fisherman.
He's a big fisherman. So, I mean, it'd be nice to hear from him because it feels like this thing has been never ending and we keep asking questions and getting the same answer. It'd be nice to hear from him, but I can't sit here today and say I'm expecting to hear from him.
Training camp begins on July 29th. I think the rookies have to be there in 17 days. So it's right around the corner. We'll come back. I want to touch on the World Cup again a little bit. We'll preview tomorrow's show and get you ready for BBT, which starts at 5:30 here on The Fan.
Baseball coverage on 105.7 The Fan is presented by Xfinity. Score the most reliable Wi-Fi. One price, 5 years, guaranteed. Xfinity. Imagine that.
Hey, it's Ken Wyman on the biggest stage in the world. FanDuel's changing the game because sometimes your player gets subbed off and your bet goes with them. Not anymore. With FanDuel Super Sub, if your player subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. If your player leaves the match, your bet continues on with the substitute. So you're still in it until the final whistle. Visit FanDuel.com/local to get started now. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. FanDuel Sportsbook's the official sportsbook of 105.7 The Fan. 21 plus in President Maryland. Please play responsibly. For help, visit mdgamblinghelp.org or call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Traffic is brought to you by the hometown team of Science and Kirk.
Mike Bordick here. I know a little something about a winning team. If you're hurt, call the hometown team of Science and Kirk. Don't let an auto accident take you out of the game. If you have a phone, you have a lawyer. YouHaveALawyer.com.
Dover Motor Speedway is your home for NASCAR action. Enjoy high-speed action, the best fan zone, camping, tailgates, and more. Get tickets at DoverMotorspeedway.com. Once again, that's DoverMotorspeedway.com.
The Salute to Savings event is happening now at Bob Bell Kia. Drive home one of 4 incredible Kia models priced under $30,000. No matter your credit situation, we are here to help. Start shopping today at BobBellKia.com or call 410-288-2500.
Hey, Birdland! On Saturday, July 11th, celebrate America's 250th birthday as the O's take on the Kansas City Royals at 7:05 p.m. 20,000 fans will receive a hot dog race cap presented by Drive Easy Maryland. Whether you're Team Mustard, Team Relish, or Team Ketchup, rep yours all game long. Then stick around for our first ever post-game drone show presented by Coca-Cola. Don't miss your chance to celebrate the red, white, and blue in Birdland. Get tickets at Orioles.com/celebrating250.
Jane is a small business owner.
That's right.
And tell them what that's like, Jane.
Yeah, well, it's like a roller coaster with a lot of ups and downs, and some days things can feel like they're flying off the rails.
Yep, it's a lot. But the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business can help you manage it all. With the largest, fastest fiber-powered network designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect. Plus gig speeds with security and equipment included. All with a 5-year price lock.
Nice. So everything stays on track.
Exactly. The Total Solutions Advantage. Get started for just $60 a month for 12 months when you add wireless connect to a qualifying internet package. No one does business like Comcast Business.
Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and automatic payments with bank account required. $60 offer requires 300 meg internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
Choosing an orthopedic doctor who specializes in hand and wrist care is a big decision. You want to see a doctor who is among the best of the best, who has the right experience and skills to understand what is causing your pain and fix it. The hand and wrist experts at Orthopedic Associates of Central Maryland, a division of CAO, offer both surgical and non-surgical approaches to care with focus on changing your life for the better. Schedule an appointment with one of our hand and wrist specialists quickly and easily at mdbonedocs.com. That's mdbonedocs.com.
In the military, the mission was clear. You knew what to do. Now, the mission has changed. Stepping into civilian life isn't about finding a job. It's finding your purpose.
I wanted a career that would leverage the skills and discipline I gained in the military. IT just felt right.
My Computer Career offers class schedules that fit into your life and skills in high demand. Put your VA benefits to work. Visit mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to jumpstart your IT career today. An Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/music. That's ethos.com/music. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this rush hour ad to keep you calm, which could help your driving. And science says therapy is great for a healthy mindset. So enjoy this 14-second session on us. I think you've done everything right and absolutely nothing wrong. In fact, anything that hasn't gone your way could probably be blamed on your father not being emotionally available because his father wasn't emotionally available, and so on. And now that you're calm and healing, you're probably driving better too.
Liberty, 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 liberty. From the 105.7 The Fan Traffic Center, sponsored by your Baltimore area Jiffy Lube locations.
We're looking pretty good on the majors this afternoon. No problems to report on the Beltway other than volume. You're just going to encounter some regular afternoon volume as you head out. No crashes or disabled vehicles tying us up as things go along. You're headed through the tunnels. Getting a little better at the Fort McHenry Tunnel. Was really thick earlier, but it seems to have thinned out a bit. Leader traffic, I'm Dan Miller.
Ken Wyman, Tim Barbalace, Inside Access. Sports Radio 105.7 The Fan.
I feel like I always have to start this with, I'm not the biggest soccer fan in the world, but I get compelled by the World Cup, and we've had two great games today as Egypt was up 2-0 with in the 78th minute, and Argentina scores 3 times in the last 12 plus injury time to win 3-2 against Egypt. And we've got Switzerland and Colombia playing right now. They're in almost the 61st minute. It's scoreless. These games, for the most part, have been great. And then we got what we got last night. And the whole Balogun thing beforehand, getting the red card suspended, and that sort of distracted from the game itself. And this is the biggest game for the United States maybe ever. And they just got completely outclassed by Belgium last night, which was such a letdown.
Yeah, letdown is the right word. It was an embarrassing performance. It felt like the match was over before it even started. Just playing defense right away, just didn't really possess the ball at all. And when they did, they didn't have it for much long, didn't get many shots on goal. Just lacked high energy. And I said it earlier, I think it might have just set, at least to the casual fan, the general public that just paid attention because the U.S. was playing and the World Cup is here on U.S. soil. Like a lot of people, it was their first time watching the U.S. last night, and they probably wish that they got that 90 minutes back if they watched the entire 90 minutes. Like a lot, really with that game, you could have turned it off after the first 10, 15 minutes because you knew where it was going. And they had the high after the free kick, which was a really, really good kick. I mean, it ended up ricocheting off somebody's head.
Kid had 2 of those in this tournament.
Yeah, that was pretty slick. And then they give it right back. 2 minutes later? I mean, and from there, it was just a disaster.
And the goalie who misplays the ball, that looks like something out of a rec league, and you give away just a free goal, essentially.
It looks like you're playing FIFA, and for all my FIFA guys, it looks like you're holding Y if you're on Xbox or triangle on PlayStation, and you're pulling your goalie all the way out, and he just is lost, and they just lofted over your head.
And he pulled, who was the kicker that went to kick the field goal, and he kicked the ground? That's what
was that cool? Nah.
Young Hoku, was it?
I feel like it might have been. He's had a terrible last 2 years. I feel like it might have been
Young
him.
Hoku. He went to kick the ball away and he kicked the ground.
Yeah. All right, what are you doing? That was an embarrassing performance. And Christian Pulisic, I mean, he was supposed to be the face of U.S. soccer right now, and he was a no-show, not just last night, but really the entire tournament. And he ends up going out with an injury last night. Just unfortunate. And now, thankfully, we can all go back to not caring about soccer because I'm tired of fake caring about it, to be honest.
I will tell you, and once this is over, I do not watch Premier League. I don't watch any of those things. Like, I have friends that do. I have been compelled by this World Cup, and I will watch these. And partly because, let's be honest, they're on at interesting times.
Mm-hmm.
Like we
during the day, it's great to watch it.
Yeah, or like the U.S. played last night and the Orioles were off, so like I can watch it without distraction. I will continue to watch these matches because the other thing that's happened, and it leads me to the Orioles conversation. The Orioles stars have not played like stars. The stars in this tournament, whether it be Mbappe or Messi, no, but are they really stars? But the real stars, like they played like stars. Right. So it's cool to see that. So I'll watch the rest of this tournament. But when it's over, it's not like I'm looking for the MLS on my cable.
It's ironic the Orioles were off and we still got disappointed. Like it doesn't. Maybe it's us. It might be us. Maybe we just need to stay away from sports TV for a little bit.
Cordell, man, this was fun. Thank you so much for sitting in.
For sure.
Bones back tomorrow. BBT coming up next. We head down to Pickles. It's Bob Haynie, Ryan Ripken, and it starts at 5:30 here on the Fan.
Big Bad Morning Show. Vinny and Haynie. Inside